Alright. We are back with another crazy army wife story. As always, I never say the real name, for privacy reasons. I probably should have said that in my Betty video, but I forgot. So yeah, fake names, real life events. Anyway, back to the story. This was at our old duty station at Fort Campbell. This couple moves into the neighborhood, a few doors down from me. And every single time I would take the trash out or go get the mail or anything that had to do with being outside, this guy would always come down. And he was nice. I didn't think much of it. I did feel awkward talking to him though, because he was always in your face. He was too close for comfort. And I remember telling my husband about it, this dude is weird. It started to slowly progress into him showing up to our house unannounced. And he'd want to hang out and drink some beers. At the time, my husband was trying to get sober, and we told him that, yet he continued to bring alcohol over. But what happens next is wild. So at this point in time, I had not met Homeboy's wife yet. He would always come over without her. And the whole time he was over, me and my husband just wouldn't talk. He would just be talking to himself and telling us his whole life story. I don't know, super weird. But he would make comments oh, my wife's not as skinny as you, or my wife's hair's not as long as yours. It was really weird. So one day my husband finally said something to him and he's like, dude, why are you being weird? He's like, I'm not being weird. He's like, yeah, you're being a creeper, stop. So he left after that. I didn't see him outside for a while. He didn't come over for a while. And then finally my husband had to leave for the field for a week. I feel he was staking our house out. He knew when my husband's car was gone, that meant he was at work. My husband's car was not there for a few days. So he decides to bring himself, his wife, and some beers over. This next part kind of gets scary, but I feel I handled it very well. So I get a ding dong at my front door. It's Homeboy and Heather. At this time, I had 3 kids and I had a baby on the way. And thank God all 3 of the kids were taking a nap. They wanted to come inside, but I said no because the kids were taking naps. And they were like, oh, okay, well, we can just sit on the front porch. So I was like, all right. So she starts talking to me. And right away, I got bad vibes. She started talking to me about adult things, what she uses, what she watches. This was all within 10 minutes of meeting her. I was like, oh. And he kept making comments oh, it's so sexy. He then started to ask me what I was into. I was like, my husband, didn't feel it was her business, and wanting to know if I would ever consider being with a woman and a man at the same time. So I said, no, I'm not that way. I'm married. No. But it doesn't stop there. Heather's husband was a big dude. He could take me down if he wanted to. Now, I'm not saying that was their agenda, but something was a little fishy to me. He kept making comments oh, you should totally try it. Being with a woman is great. And I was like, oh, well, that's good for you. I'm just not into that. I'm married. No. Then she started making comments about how she had to go to the bathroom. So I told her that I didn't want anybody coming inside because the babies were taking naps. But she was so pushy. Why did you want in my house? Then he started. Can I put these beers in your fridge to keep them cold? The same answer. I don't want anybody coming in my house. My kids are asleep. Then she was like, what does your bedroom look like? How do you have it decorated? Listen, I am not stupid. I am a crime junkie. I know what y'all are trying to do. And it ain't about to happen. And like I told you guys, this happened at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I'm from Southern Ohio. Only about a 5-hour drive. This situation happened mid-afternoon. So I made up a lie and I told them that I had to leave and that my friend texted me and needs help with her kids because she had to work. And they were like, oh, okay. Well, we should totally hang out tomorrow. My husband was going to be gone for a few more days. I didn't feel comfortable staying home. So I packed up a bag, packed up my kids, and went the hell home. I asked my other neighbor if she could keep an eye on my house just in case they tried to break in. Thankfully, they didn't try anything. And I actually never saw them again. Apparently, he got arrested for assaulting someone and had a sharp case against him. So he got kicked out of the military. And she actually tried to add me on Facebook not too long ago, but I hit that block button real quick. And this, my friends, is why you should not trust anybody. Keep a lookout for more Army Wife stories. Also, if you have one of your own Army Wife stories and you want me to tell it, message me on Instagram. I will spill all your tea for you. Love you guys.